early in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll, baby.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! What we got? 302BIRDS, Stinks. Go Birds! Oh my gosh, Chad.
Your favorite Chicagoan. Go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
So I wanted to get a song queued up for tonight because it's kind of a monumental episode. And the song I was going to choose was like, "Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world." But I was actually going to open up the song and go, "Ooh, Tommy, Tommy, it's a wild world." Welcome back to the show. The man, the myth, the Delco legend, Ballpark Tommy is in the house. How you doing?
Getting over a sinus infection, but, you know, we're living.
We're living. Sounds like the old Ballpark's back in his mid-season form, ready for the Philadelphia Phillies. We're going to be talking about that series update. They lost one. They won one today against the Cardinals. We'll be talking some
They
Phillies.
haven't lost one yet.
Well, yeah, true. It ain't over until the bell rings. That's the old Ballpark, I know. But we'll be talking Phil's trade rumors, hearing who Ballpark Tommy might want. I'm really excited to hear that. Talking about Kyle Schwarber needing to get paid. Talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Battle of PA preview. Talking about Matvei Michkov being robbed of his award and the car accident that he got in yesterday. Hopefully he's okay. I think that the consensus is he is, which is good news. Sixers number 3 pick we'll talk about and whether or not the possibilities of what they can do there. We'll talk about Cowboys Eagles week 1 and the fact that it's technically Dallas week all off season long. That's why they never make Dallas week 1 because they know all week long or all off season long for like 55 weeks or however long it. No, there's only 52 weeks in a year. 20-ish weeks. It's Dallas week. That's chaos in Philadelphia. And last but not least, we'll be talking about that schedule release that got dropped today. But I'm going to shut my mouth because we got 2 awesome segments that I'm excited to get into you guys with. First up, we got a call-in. And it's a call-in not from America, but one of our favorite call-ins from Canada.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is, but their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless. Go Birds.
Yeah, like it said, if you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos today. How you doing tonight, Jordan? Jaden's
not our call-in. It's okay. Don't worry. Now we got the Canadian.
Hey, Jordan, how you doing today, buddy?
How we doing, Super Bowl champions?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a big win against the godforsaken Chiefs.
Before we start, I remember calling in on January 15th, that Wednesday night, with our dear friend Dalton Gent, the Green Bay Packers fan.
Cancun Dalton.
We said, the second time I went to Philadelphia in the last 7 years, hopefully it ended with a ring. And sure did it ever, and I hope you guys enjoyed Broad Street.
I didn't go to Broad Street, Dalton. How'd you enjoy it?
I
Dog
love
treat was
you, man.
awesome.
And Jordan, I just want to thank you for all your support throughout since we met you because you've been awesome, man. You and Cancun Dalt. I will say, and I wanted to say to you, and I hope you can pass this message along for me. He might not be Cancun Dalt for much longer because that man, Josh Jacobs, has a vengeance and he's coming out swinging. But dude, it was awesome. And I hope the experience was just as good for you. I know how was it for you with Cowboys parents? How was that night?
Oh no, that was wonderful. Like they were over the Chiefs as well. So like, even though we have that rivalry, at that point in time, it was like they were public enemy number one. And where I was watching the game, the doghouse, our local watering hole, that everyone was pretty much pro Birds. So it was just great. Now I feel as though if we're going to have this target on our back, we might be the team that's hated. And if we want to, continue this run.
So Jordan, the fact that you came to America and went to the game, you kind of have to do that, yearly because we need it next year as well. So
Yep.
hopefully you have a trip planned.
So I love that you mentioned that. Right now, the plan is to go down for week 1, opening to watch the banner, to catch a couple Phillies games on the weekend before because they're playing the Braves, and then just being able to stay in Philly for, a few days, enjoy a round of golf or something. Mm-hmm. Just catch a couple things other than a sports game, hang out with you guys, whatever, go for lunch, go for dinner. So that is the plan right now. And after the schedule release, like we mentioned, I'm looking forward to possibly Green Bay with Cancun Dalt and perhaps Buffalo 3 days after Christmas.
All right. So the stars align. So that means the Eagles are winning Super Bowl again this year. So thank you for that.
Put the futures down.
What do you have for us tonight? What do you bring? What questions or any Eagles talk do you have for us?
What are your thoughts on the draft, guys? Obviously the Super Bowl was a couple months ago, but just thoughts in general, off season so far. How's the vibe down there? Anything and everything. I'm a sponge for Philadelphia.
Tom, you want to take this?
Sure. For me personally, I think it was a great draft. How he drafted a lot of best players available. Oh, he didn't necessarily reach for needs. I think he had another great draft. Like, I can't really pick a hole in Howie's draft. It's just simple as that. Like, you're like, all right, Howie went out. He did his job. The roster's already stacked. He kind of had that luxury of planning for the future, and that's what he did. You still have questions at safety alongside Reed Blankenship. So you have Reed Blankenship on the one side. Who's going to replace CJGJ? And I get the whole CJGJ thing, and you didn't address it in the draft. So I guess now you have to look back at who's left in free agency. You picked up the one guy from the Giants. So it's like, that's probably my only critique is he didn't address that in the draft. But, he's got other guys available. And hopefully Sidney Brown can come back this year. So we'll see.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I don't know if you tuned in last week, Jordan, to the show, but we kind of talked about it. And one of the most interesting battles that we are going to have this upcoming, this offseason right now, OTAs and things like that, is the battle with Sidney Brown and Makuba. Because Sidney Brown, this is kind of his prove-it year. Granted, he was injured last year. And he played some last year, had some big hits. But, it's really a matter of, okay, is he really going to show up and be that guy that we can rely on? Because, we know he can do it, but it's a matter of, okay, you're number one man, so you got to show us that you're worth staying and that you're worth to be on this field. And then it'll be interesting to see, with Tyler Steele or Steen, to see if he's going to be starting this year because – we just got the guy from the Jaguars or whatever team. And, he was the 55 ranked player. So that's going to be an interesting battle to see, who's going to be that left guard or right guard for us this year. So we'll see what happens. But that's kind of what I have planned out for this year, upcoming year. Expectations.
What did you think about it? Were you feeling pretty confident? Were you a little bit more uneasy about it?
I definitely like the value with Jahad Campbell. Linebacker was in need, obviously, with Oren Burks and everyone departing in the offseason. So the amount of reviews that were just positive with the first round alone, and especially at 32, trading up to 31 and wanting them even earlier than that. But it just seems like now we have the expectation of we're just going to draft great. And, there may be a hole on the O-line, but we're also Stoutland University, and I feel as though we're going to figure it out. I have a cool story for you is about Sidney Brown. So obviously Sidney Brown is Canadian. He had played for the Western and the London Mustangs, youth football program growing up before he had hit NCAA and then obviously getting drafted to the NFL. But at Western University, where the Mustangs play, when I was coaching U16 summer ball, that is the university that we had won a provincial championship 3 years ago. So just kind of like a cool little tie. And now because of Sidney Brown, it's kind of opened the doors to the Philadelphia Eagles, especially in Ontario, the province alone, and just football. So just a pretty cool aspect there.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
I like what you said too. We just know how to draft. It seems like a standard now for Philadelphia to draft well. Philadelphia, Baltimore, and I would say a lot of times, who was the last team? The Raiders had a pretty good draft too with Genty. And I feel like they draft overall pretty well. Maybe not in recent years, but overall they do a pretty good job. But I'm really excited after this year's draft because I saw a tweet, and I think you said this as well, credit to you, Jordan, which was, we're the team to beat right now. But you know what? Bring it. We ready. We're so ready. Last season was so memorable. And I texted Nolan and KJ. KJ said hello, by the way, Jordan. Favorite Canadians. He wanted to say hi, but he couldn't make it to the show tonight. But he texted me. He's like, make sure you say what's up. But next season is just going to top that. It's going to be so much better. And I feel like this team, unlike the Super Bowl we won in 2017, 2018, I don't see a Super Bowl slump at all. At minimum, I see us going to the NFC Championship, and I don't think that's cocky. I feel that's more, we're just confident in our team. We know what we have, and knocking on wood, hopefully no injuries. But if all goes well, we should be back in the same place we were last year, which is, raising another one of these.
Jalen Hurts just brings that, standard now. And the fact that we're able to talk about we've made 2 Super Bowls in the last 3 years and, essentially spoiled us fans throughout. Yeah, we lost one, but you got to make it there to lose it. So I agree with you as well. The standard, the expectation now, we're going deep in the playoffs. It's not just a division banner anymore. And okay, let's see what happens. And especially from 2018, I feel as though just a different vibe with the hangover. We had uncertainty at that time about Carson Wentz coming back, even from the torn ACL. And then with Nick Foles, you had a lot of guys signing on prove-it deals that year. Jeffrey was still banged up. So I just feel like it's a totally different vibe around this team, and we're younger.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us tonight. We always love for you to call in, and we hope to see you at the link. I don't know when I will be at the link this year. It probably will not be week 1, but we hope to connect with you soon, and make sure to be DMing us whenever you are coming back to the East Coast.
And real quick, too, before you head out, Jordan, I will be there week 1, and Dennis will definitely be there week 1. So, Ashley, we will be definitely trying to persuade you to come week 1 with Connor. Maybe the Glens can make a trip to Philadelphia.
Is it a Thursday night game? Right?
I think it's a Thursday night game.
Okay,
but maybe
that's a possibility. Yeah. I will say
maybe
that's
some vacation time. But I'll be there for banner night, Jordan, and I'm excited to see you, man. And this guy down here, Jack, JMD, he's your guy to talk about golf. So maybe I'll send you his Instagram and he would definitely be down to play. I would too, probably. I just suck, but he's actually good.
No, friggin' right. I love everything you guys do, especially just meeting in January and becoming as great friends as we are. It's Dallas sucks. It's Dallas week for the rest of the summer and into September. And Ash, if it's not at the link, hopefully it's at Citizens Bank Park the weekend beforehand. And then Ballpark Tommy, I'll see you there too. Go Birds.
Go Birds!
See you, Jordan.
That's how you guys call into a show. That's how you do that. I love that dude, seriously. And Cancun Dalt too, his buddy, a Packers fan. We love him. When KJ and I met them, and go check it out if you guys haven't seen, in the Green Bay Packers vlog, he had the same exact energy. Told us a story about how his parents were Cowboys fans and how he's like, I love my parents, but it's always been fuck you, go Birds. And that's exactly said like a true Philadelphia fan. So can't wait to see him this year at the link. Can't wait to see you guys this year at the link for Banner Night. But you know what? Right now, we're not going to the link. We're going to the mother trucking. Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch.
And Dutch, if you have, with all great returns, requires a great party. And you know what, Dutch? If you're going to have a party, it better be a pizza party. You better be getting some Nick's pizza.
Woo.
Look at that.
Look at that. I can
No
work that.
rust at all. No dust at all. Coming out, swinging for the advertisers. I love it, man. Look at you. I'll even change it up for you.
There you go.
All right, let's start with the series update. We win some. We probably, I'll say, lose some because I like your confidence. It ain't over till it's over. But how you feeling about the Phils this year, Ballpark?
I think the lineup still worries me in the sense of they're going to go cold. Like, they were hotter and hot against the Rays and on the road. Then they come home and they go ice cold against St. Louis. And then who did they just play? Against Cleveland, they looked ice cold night one. They ended up winning that series, but I don't know. This team still worries me for that October slump at the wrong time, just like the last few seasons. The starting rotation might be one of the nastiest ever in MLB history. We might be talking about by the end of the season. Between Suarez he had a bad first outing, but second outing looked like back to normal Ranger. Taiwan all of a sudden can figure it out, so maybe he starts in the rotation, especially with this next guy Nola. He kind of blows. Although to be fair, his first 4 or 5 starts this year, God forbid we get him a run. My God Almighty, the dude could not buy any run support for his first 5 starts of the year. So I'll give him that. But his last 2 or 3 starts, like today, 7 runs, really, dude? Come on. Wheeler still lights out. Not Cy Young-esque so far this year, but he still lights out. I'll take this version of Wheeler over pretty much all but maybe Paul Skeens and who's the guy on Detroit? I'll think of him later. Here, maybe other those two. Oh, and Christopher Sanchez is looking Cy Young-esque, and Jesus Luzardo. Oh, he's been a godspell. He looked great in Game 1 today. Hey, so overall this season, I'm not worried about them. The bullpen scares the shit out of me. If I'm being perfectly honest. Every day I see that as soon as they call the pen, I say a rosary. Hey, the only one I have confidence in is Jose Alvarado, and the dude's got the same control as the Delaware driver driving in the rain. So
Stop that nonsense.
No, I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm all about the truth, Jordan. and you can't handle the truth.
The truth.
So let me just tell you that. So that's kind of where I'm at this season so far. I feel like I haven't been on at all this season to start. So that's my season update. The series update, St. Louis is just one of those teams that I think has the Phillies number. It just is what it is.
Tommy,
Yes.
we'll talk about it in a little bit. But do you think Schwarber is MVP candidate?
Yes. Pay that man. Pay that man. Where's the GoFundMe? Just put me in the direction of the GoFundMe. Like, whatever he wants. Like, here's the thing. Think about this. I was talking to somebody one of my coworkers the other day, and he was so right. Like, Bryce got us out of our rut and made us start to, like, think of how we can start winning. We need to bring about a different culture, a hustle culture, or getting in a worker's mentality, a bring your lunchbox to work type of mentality. Schwarber, though, taught us how to sustainably win and to actually make the playoffs. We didn't make the playoffs the first 2 or 3 years that Bryce was here. Think about that. We improved and got really close, and we were in it up until like the last week of the season finally again. But it wasn't until Schwarber got here and added that extra oomph that we needed, showed us how to go about, not to get too high, not to get too low, treat it like a true marathon and like try to be consistent. And that's what Schwarber finally brought to this team. And who else are you going to replace all these home runs with? Seriously. Like,
yeah, it's not like you or I are gonna go out there, right? Ballpark. It's not like
no,
fucking smack
we're not
fingers
talking
like that.
about replacing Maikel Franco or Odubel Herrera, like guys that we could easily find replacements for, maybe even find improvements for. We're talking about a guy who's going to give you 30 to 40 homers a year, 100 RBIs, be a spark plug in the leadoff position. Maybe he bats cleanup like he does now. Hell, do what needs to be done to win for this team, and just absolutely mash. That doesn't just happen. Now they have great guys in the minors like Otto Kemp and who's the guy in single A who's a catcher? I'm drawing a blank on his name. Hey, like they're mashing home runs, those guys. But who knows how they'll turn out? Like we thought we were going to have the next great home run hitter in Darren Ruff, and to say the least, it was rough when he got here. Like, it is what it is. You just got to pay that man.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, too, with Schwarber, like Tom said, I saw someone, Tom, you'll love this. I'm, like, scrolling through my Facebook, and, the best part, and I feel like why people like Tom texted me today, we're catching up. He's like, Dutch, we're getting old. I'm like, I know we are, Tom. One of the best parts about being old is going on Facebook because you get to see what the other old people are saying. And this one graphic somebody posted of Kyle Schwarber, and some dude from Delco, some older guy, comments, "Pay the man." And then there's a semicolon. He goes, "It ain't my money anyway!" Exclamation point. And I'm like, he's got a fucking point. Like, why are we debating in Philadelphia? Like, you'll see these people that are like, "Is he worth it? Is he not worth it?" He's third. Like, who cares if he's not worth it? It's not our money that we're losing. Like, as a fan, he is worth it. He is like Tom's right. Like, I don't care. The GoFundMe is the best way to sum it up, Tom, because he deserves it. He has got the buy-in from all of us. And that's a scary thing in Philadelphia. When you have the buy-in from the fans, it's either going to go one way or the other. And I'll tell you what, when it goes the positive way, usually very good things happen. I want to ask Tom a question too. Tommy, last but not least, any trade rumors for you with the Phillies or anybody that you would want?
I'm not sure if there is somebody I want, because think about it. No team's just going to be like, oh, here you go. Like, a lot of teams are asking, I think, for too much. Like, it's not like how it used to be back in the day. Like you used to see these blockbuster, like, when Chase Utley and Ryan Howard, I feel like were playing, like, that was the last great era of blockbuster trades in the MLB. Now you see more blockbuster trades in the NFL, and I never thought I'd see that day. But here we are in the year of our Lord, 2025. Like, I don't think we're going to get a trade that's for fair compensation for anyone. And I don't think there's really a rental I want. Like, Rafael Devers wants out of Boston. I could see blockbuster trade. Like, this is a trade that would make sense, but I would bet my bottom dollar that Boston would want way more than just a straight up trade Devers for Bohm. They need a first baseman, and Durant went down, buckled his knee. R.I.P. I thought I buckled my knee 3 weeks ago playing in men's league. That's how I know I'm old Dutch. But
Get some WD-40 out.
I know, right? Seriously. Hadn't pitched since Little League. I always was the catcher, never the pitcher, and now we know why. But like Rafael Devers, he gives you that production. He gives you what you need. I would want like Bohm's an error machine at third base too. He's like serviceable now. He used to be god awful, now he's serviceable. Rafael Devers is like awful, but like he gives you a lot more home run and RBI production than Bohm does. And he's hot right now, and he's like a 300 hitter, and he's hitting homers. So it's just you don't hear much about him just because Aaron Judge is a god given to baseball and leads the MLB in everything. Look up a statistic. He leads the MLB. It's Aaron Judge.
Yep.
So like I like Rafael Devers. Where I think they can improve is they shouldn't have traded Cody Clemens, because Cody Clemens has been a godsend at second base for Minnesota. He hit the go-ahead home run tonight in the 8th inning.
Yep.
For their 10th win in a row. He carried that team up in Boston the first week we traded him. Like you had a solid guy off the bench who was a utility, who was a Swiss Army knife for you off the bench. Like I don't understand the whole idea to get rid of Cody Clemens for Weston Wilson, he's fine, but Cody Clemens was a beast. Like you downgrade it there. You probably could improve by bringing up Garrett Stubbs because he's hotter than hell down the minors, but then you have to get rid of Marchand. So then you would probably use Marchand as a trade piece to trade for someone you actually need rather than put them out on waivers. But how important is the backup catcher position? So to me, it's like you need to go, and you have so many young arms in the minors that are serviceable or like are studs. Like Mick Abel has had a resurgence this year. I'd bring him up before I make a trade. I think the best move the Phillies could do at the trade deadline for once this year, like the last 3 years, everybody was pounding their head against the wall saying, why isn't he trading for this person or that person? And I agree with all those people. This year, though, Dave Dombrowski needs to do what he did the last 3 seasons and not trade for anyone and bring up some of these minor league guys who are studs. Painter, we'll see how he pans out with his rehab in AAA. He's looked great, though. He has a little bit of a walk issue right now, but he's still rehabbing, so I'll give him that. Mick Abel's a stud. Seth Johnson's looking pretty good. Like, you have all these guys in the minors who are looking like studs that you could bring up to improve this team. That I think that's probably the better move at the trade deadline.
They got a lot of work to do, but also in a good way. Like, I think that the Phillies will make some more noise this year, hopefully, knocking on wood. But that's all we got for our Phillies right now, and we're going to actually move it along to our next segment, which we brought a special guest on for. So KJ's not here, unfortunately, but
you are now listening to KJ's Court Sixers Talk presented by the Sleeper app.
All right, Dennis. So we got the number 3 overall pick. Are you excited? Are you upset? How you feeling? You look like you're still processing it live.
How do you award Dallas for the single-handle stupidest thing you could do as a GM and you still give them the number 1 pick? I swear Jerry Jones owns part of the Mavericks more than what people say, because that's the only way that he got them to get the first game against us in Philly for the home opener of NFL, which I don't mind because I'm coming home. I'm tailgating the mess out of that game. We're going to have so much fun. Fuck you, Jerry Jones. I'm coming for your old ass. But
He's
as far
coming.
As far as the Sixers, third pick, Ace Bailey, I'll take it. Whatever, we'll build. Or you could be smart and you could call Dallas and say, hey, I heard you got a big man problem. Bye-bye, Embiid. See ya. Give us the number 1 pick. We'll give you draft compensation, money compensation, whatever you want. Oh, hold on. I see. Is that Ballpark? Hi, buddy.
Hello.
I haven't seen you in forever. You're so beautiful today.
Thank you. It's
Sorry,
4 months of accounting. We're going on to 5 months of accounting.
Screw you, Jack. Hi, Ash.
Hi.
But yeah, the Sixers, I don't know. I mean, new look Sixers, third pick, whatever. Ace Bailey, the other guy, Cooper Flag. I mean, we're probably not getting Cooper Flag, but with the big man problem that we have, just trade Embiid, dude. Get rid of the problem that you have financially tied to him salary-wise. Open up the market. Go get who you need to, which is Cooper Flag. Solidify a big man. Let him build up and run with it. But until you get Joel Embiid off this team is dead. And for whoever agrees that we should trade for Durant, you need to go ask your mom to put you back in school and tell them to teach you salary and age regression and when you get old, how your body doesn't work, and ask your parents whenever they get over 40 how certain things stop working, because that's what's going on with Durant. Stop trying to get old people that can't do anything anymore.
I've learned this lesson the hard way the last few weeks playing men's league baseball.
Yeah, what are you trying to say about Tom Dennis, that he's an old person that can't do anything anymore?
I'm 33.
Dennis isn't saying
my
it.
stuff doesn't work that much more. And it's not because of my Glasgow education either. I didn't have that high-ranking Sally's education like some of you people. I got stuck with broke Christiana school district. Like, hey, go put a cardboard paper thing over your book so it doesn't tear up.
I learned that 1 + 1 = 2 at Sally's. We're good.
Or here, take these busted shoulder pads and you'll be safe. And then you blow your shoulder out, or you get a concussion like Jack does when he headbutts a machine.
That is true. That is his go-to. But
the Sixers are just a lost cause. Change the logo, change the jerseys, give us something different. Let's just move on. Get rid of Embiid. That's it.
They need a new era. I'm with Dennis on this.
The
and
process has failed.
Whether it's Ace Bailey from Rutgers, or whether it's Kevin Durant, or whether it's Giannis.
Don't even say Durant.
Giannis, I'll say. Giannis is a champion. I don't know why you guys don't want Giannis. You don't got to know much about the NBA to know that Giannis. Let me explain why, and then you guys can all tear into
with
me
Embiid
and tell me why you don't want it. But I'll say this. I'm tired of being on the merry-go-round with the Sixers. And I get if your guy's going to say, Dalt, it's going to be another Paul George 2.0. And I totally understand that reasoning and that frustration. So if you're going to say, hey, I'm on the Ace Bailey train, I'll say, you know what? That's great. I'm on the Ace Bailey train too. That's my primary thing. But if they're not on the Ace Bailey train, they should somehow figure out a way to get rid of this pick and get rid of Embiid, or get rid of Paul George especially, or get rid of both of them. And if they can get a player of the caliber of Giannis to come here and play with Embiid or Tyrese Maxey, maybe someone else, like they have very good young players still in place. They just need that one guy that can come in and kind of mix it up. So I feel like for the Sixers, at least in my opinion, I would primarily draft Ace Bailey. That's what I would do. If they're not under the verdict that they don't like him, or they don't want to wait for an 18-year-old to develop, well, Embiid's here and they just want to be done with it, like Dennis said, and rip the Band-Aid off. I get that frustration too. Durant's not really the answer either. Like, look at the track record of Durant. Durant went to Brooklyn, to Phoenix, to Golden State. From OKC was really the only place that he was loyal to. Everywhere else, he hasn't been loyal to. So in my opinion, I mean, I threw him on here for clickbait in the cover of the video, but I don't think Kevin Durant's the answer either. I would be okay with a player like Giannis, though. Giannis is loyal, and Giannis is a champion, too. And Giannis has failed. he's failed his way to success. So I think that would be fun.
There is one sleeper that everybody keeps forgetting about. And I said it on the post-game show when me and KJ first started. And Dalt, I think you were even on the show with me that night because KJ couldn't be there. Zion freaking Williamson. He needs a fresh start. He doesn't want to be there. Bring him to Philadelphia. Let him rebuild himself. Let him get in better shape. Do what he's got to do. And I think you can get somebody that can be a power player that you need. Just let him play the power forward, and you just got to get a center. That's that point.
My only issue with Zion is he can't stay healthy.
Come on, Jack. Really?
I agree with you. I think that would be a great pickup. But the only issue with that is, I mean, he can't stay healthy, and we don't want to have another.
Reed Blankenship can't stay healthy from a concussion.
Hey, he had a pick in the playoffs.
He stayed pretty healthy this year.
Shut up, ballpark. You're not helping.
But yeah, I mean, I think Zion would be a great pick, but it's a matter of, okay, he's a young player still. But it's just a matter of, okay, can he stay healthy? Because if you really think about it, his first year at his rookie season at the Pelicans, he played fine. And then ever since then, he's been injured. So that's kind of where I'm at. I agree. We should probably pick him up, but it's a risk.
I just feel like Durant's not been the same ever since he blew his Achilles in that finals game. He's not stood on where he's been. He's never been the same. But when you got scrawny legs like a 2-year-old that look like a toothpick, what do you expect? He's not what he used to be. He's not ever going to be what he used to be, and it's just what it is. The Sixers are in a state of demise. If I had to make a prediction as far as how they're going to be for the next few years, the Sixers will not make the playoffs for at least the next 2 years.
I agree.
And at this point, I'm okay with it because I'm probably going to have bad cell service inside their stadium because I have AT&T.
I got Xfinity Mobile, baby.
Whoop, whoop. It's going to suck inside Xfinity Mobile Stadium. I'm telling you that right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the bad news. They're probably going to charge you to use their Wi-Fi if you don't have Xfinity.
I'm all good, baby.
Shut up, Jack. Nobody asked you.
Shut up, Jack. Hand me your phone so I can make a bet, damn it.
Right. Oh, man.
Well, get ready, guys, because Dennis is coming up to Philadelphia Banner Week. Jordan's coming up to Philadelphia Banner Week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Week 1. I mean, real quick, Dennis, what are you most looking forward to Week 1 Dallas week?
Can I have Jack with a side-by-side just so I can see it?
Here, you two want the room to yourself?
So, Jack,
Hey,
you
what's
know
that?
I love you. You know I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Week 1 that Sidney Brown shows you just how good he is and shows you that your boy is a sleeping concussion protocol problem. But no, just on the serious side, everybody else can come back. I'm excited to watch a banner go up with you guys, whoever's going to be there. Dalt, I know you said that you were going to try to sit with me. It'll definitely be a fun moment to share with you, bro.
Jack, you better come too.
That's kind of what I'm looking forward to. You know, we could lose that game and I'd be okay with it because the funny part of it is we still lifted a banner before the Cowboys did in the last 20-some years.
Yeah,
but
25 years to be exact.
Dak Prescott can't escape Jalen Carter. He can't escape Jeremiah Trotter Jr. for what he's going to bring this year. Saquon hopefully rushing for 200 yards. And all we can hope is that they're going to break out Kelly Green for Week 1.
That would be legendary.
You know it, Dennis. Well, we appreciate you joining us to share your expertise on the Sixers. If you guys don't, please give Dennis a follow at Dennis302Sixers. He's our tailgate specialist. He's our Sixers specialist and a jack of all trades for us. But Dennis, we appreciate you for joining, brother. I'll see you soon.
All right, man. Bye, Jack.
Bye, Dennis.
That was legendary. I don't think we've ever had that before where it was like we had just the room to 2 people and then he talks to somebody. That was pretty funny. That was like some
It felt
entertainment.
almost wrong,
WWE.
Dutch, to be like able to like almost like a peeping Tom. Like
It almost was, ballpark. It almost was. Anyway, to the last part of the show, which I just wanted to get the Sixers knocked out, be respectful of Dennis's time. I know he's got a lot going on as well, but now we're going to actually I know we usually do the Flyers first. That's why I'm prefacing it and saying that. But without further ado, let's get into slap shots without Zep.
He shoots, he scores! Time for slap shots with Zep. Flyers talk from 302 Birds.
So it is Philly season, as Jack always says. Please buy your tickets through TickPick, the best place to buy all your tickets with no fees. Go get them for a Phillies game. Get some Chickies and Pete's crab fries to compliment, and you might be having a great night. Tell you who wasn't having a great night the other night was the Mad Russian, Matvei Michkov. Not just because he got robbed of the Calder Award, but because he literally got into a car accident. And I want to just show this photo close up really quick. Look at the passenger side. I really hope that wasn't his fucking head that hit the side of the car like that. Because whatever that is, that image, you can see that there was a lot of... And it
Dutch,
almost
are you supposed to be showing an image?
Yeah, can you guys not see it?
I can see it.
Oh, cool. But anyway, the point is, that screen, if you guys can see it, let us know in the comments. Point is, it looks outdented to me a little bit. If it's indented, maybe something hit their car, like something fell off in some, what's it called? What's the movie? Final Destination. Some Final Destination shit where it's like, whoa, and something falls on your car. Okay, I get it. Maybe, though, I'm kind of nervous. Hockey players are tough guys. Like, if he went boom, I'll say two things. I hope he's okay. And if he did do that, God bless anyone that gets in this kid's way, because Jesus Christ, anyone that would be able to walk away after denting a windshield with their dome and was okay, God bless you. But on a serious note of him being robbed for the award, I thought he should have at least been considered in the top 3. I don't know if he should have won the award. We have the Philly bias, of course, but he should have at least been in the top 3. That was wild. And it just feels like a typical Philly sit this one out. We don't like you. We don't like your fans. We don't like what you guys stand for. So that was kind of frustrating. Ash, Tom, I don't know if you guys have anything you want to say about this before we talk about some other Flyers news that happened today too.
No.
Nope.
All right, Tommy, I'll let you break this one down first. Can you pronounce his name? Because I'm going to say touche.
Oh, Rick Tocchet?
Tocchet. Let's talk about it. I mean, this guy played for the Flyers, you mentioned, for a long time. You're very excited to have him back. Tell us why.
Well, yeah, I think it was the Vancouver Canucks. He coached us last year. A lot of players seem to like him. And you know what? They had their developmental coach. They had their Brett Brown, so to say, their Doug Collins, not Phil Collins. Phil Collins was the singer. Doug Collins version of the process type of coaches. Like, to me, like, as much as I love Torts, he needed to go. Like, it was starting to become like a bad, hostile environment. You were losing some of your good players that you were hoping to build around because he was such an asshole of a coach. Like, Rick Tocchet is a smart guy. He's a player's coach. This might help you bring good players to Philadelphia and show you're no longer like the Phillies and on a 10-year spiral still. I like Rick Tocchet. He's the fan favorite. He's a good guy. I don't know. Helped us get to the Stanley Cup Finals in 80. I think it was 84, 85. We didn't win that one, but we got there here because of him. So,
Ash, any thoughts on it? I know you watched the Flyers a little bit more than me and Tom. Anything you thought on it?
Yeah, I mean, it does make me a little bit nervous how much of a player's coach he supposedly is. That does make me a little bit nervous in terms of discipline. I will say having somebody who is familiar with the organization is very helpful. I'm hopeful that he can kind of continue to do the work that Tort started. I think, yes, the last year we've been on kind of a negative turn, but I think we were moving in the right direction beforehand. So really what I want to see is more of these long-term guys being able to stay and be able to commit their time to Philly, as well as just making sure that Michkov develops as he should.
Yeah, they have such a great prospect in Michkov with such a bright future. Jack, anything you want to say about it? Perfect. All right, guys. Well, as they said, the rivalry is renewed. Breaking news, the Philadelphia Eagles are gonna go ahead and raise the banner, put one up to the Dallas Cowboys. I can't wait for it. It's almost meant to be. And I thought about it because the last time I think I saw a stat that the Eagles played the Cowboys week 1 was the pickle juice game where they dominated them. It was like 44-6 or something. It was an ass whooping. And basically it was so hot that week 1 game that what the Philadelphia Eagles did, and I believe Deuce Staley was the running back. I think he might have had a 200-yard game. Drank pickle juice to hydrate. I'm going to drink some pickle juice tonight, maybe in honor of that. And I'm going to be drinking pickle juice all off season long because it's Dallas week. It is officially Dallas week. It's May 14th. We're weeks out from the season, and all off season long, we get to make jokes. We get to go back and forth with the banter. We get to have fun with these bastards. And that's the NFL knew what they were doing. And they don't do this often. It's like a blue moon or fucking Halley's Comet. It only comes every couple of years, right? But when it comes, get ready, buddy, because it's going to be a show. You see what you see on the screen right now. In my opinion, and obviously I'm sitting with a bias, this is the NFL's best rivalry, if not a top 3. So Birds versus the Bums, as Jack says, our house, week 1. You going to go, Jack? We going to get you to go to banner night? You, me, and Dennis going to sit together?
Yeah, I plan on going, so we'll see what happens. But it's kind of funny that even CD Lamb said that our Philly fan base is amazing. I don't know if you saw that Instagram video that I posted in the group chat today.
Soft.
But it was pretty much just him and Derrick Henry talking about who has a better fan base. And CD Lamb said that the Eagles do compared to the Cowboys. So, no, it's a great matchup for week 1, especially banner week, because the Cowboys haven't done shit in the last 25 years. So just to rub it in their face some more is amazing. And I can't wait to potentially be at the game. And this is the probably the greatest way to start off week 1 after a Super Bowl run. So I'm super excited for it, and I cannot wait to kick the living crap out of the Cowboys. So that's all I got to say.
Dutch?
Oh, don't. Oh, I thought you were asking me. I was like, don't ask me. I was like, I'll give you what you want. I want to hear what you got. I'm ready.
Dutch, they didn't bums. He couldn't sleep, remember? He said after we won our first Super Bowl. Then he couldn't sleep after David Akers made that legendary announcement in Dallas after we won the first title. Do you think he's going to be able to sleep all off season now, knowing that he's got to sit there while they raise the banner and there's nothing he can do about it? It's going to be glorious. That old bum, that old hillbilly oil prick that raised the prices so that our whole generation can't afford shit anymore. I hope he rots.
But hey, I will say this. They's still irrelevant, like I said, and that's the beautiful part about Jerry Jones. Because you know it's funny. I was making my 100 versus Gorilla draft, and I thought about throwing Jerry Jones on there, right? Because he's just so cruel to society, like you said, he's such a bad person. But then I'm like, wait, I'm an Eagles fan. I love Jerry Jones. He ruins his franchise from the inside out. So they still
the only good
irrelevant.
thing he's done for society.
Nothing. But I mean, will you be planning to be in attendance week 1 ballpark?
Probably not because it's Thursday. Thursdays are tough.
In spirit, I get it. But I mean, what will you be? Will you be rocking a jersey that day? Will you be hyped up?
I'm not going to the office that day. I'm definitely wearing an Eagles jersey the whole day. If I can avoid going to the office, I will.
Yeah, I hear you. But I mean, how exciting is this? Like, do you think that there's a reason that the NFL only does this? Like I said earlier, every once in a blue moon, because it would be chaos if we played the Cowboys week 1 every year?
Oh, absolutely. The last time, to add on to your weird stats, the Eagles never played Dallas in Philly week 1 at the Vet. The last time they played Dallas week 1 was at Franklin field. They hadn't even, yeah. It was in the 70s. Their last season at Franklin Field, I think it was 1971 season opener. It was something around then, because I think the Vet opened up for their 72 season, then opened up for the Phillies in the 73 season. I think that's what it was. Like, it's that once in a blue moon. Like, it's that long, Dutch. So
1971 Dutch.
But like, I get it. Like week one, like, look at us last year. I don't even know who we played last year, but I remember how hype. Who do we play?
Packers.
The Packers. That's right, because it was down in Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Oh, but like, you didn't care it was that it was Packers. You cared football was back. Like, I was talking about getting ready for Saquon. Like, all eyes are on week one. It's like opening day in baseball. Like, even if you're just like a passive baseball fan, you're gonna watch opening day. You're gonna watch week one in the NFL.
Mhm.
I don't need you. But, like, week 4, the magic of the season may have already started to dwindle. If your team already is, like, 1-3, 1-2, come week 4 or 5, like, so what do? You do a rivalry game like week 4 or 5 to reinvigorate the juices in everyone, you know? Like, I get it. Like, that's why it's not every year.
Well, and I think it's a great business decision from the NFL as a whole, because if you really think about it, I think the Eagles-Cowboys is probably one of the greatest rivalries throughout NFL history. So to have it on Thursday night is incredible. And I think that more and more people will watch, because everyone knows about the Eagles and Cowboys rivalry. So I think this is kind of a business decision that they're like, you know what? Let's put the Eagles against the Cowboys, because 1, the Eagles just won a Super Bowl. 2, that's probably one of the greatest rivalries of all time. So I think it's a great decision.
Hey, one more thing before we move on. If I send you this picture, Tom, just know, coming for that ass. Week 1.
Hey, Dalton, by the way, did you know, fun fact, that the original Gatorade was pickle juice?
I did not, really? The
Yes.
lemon lime flavor?
Well, not the flavor, but like the pickle juice was the original Gatorade, and then they added flavor to it. So yeah, because it's one of the most hydrating drinks out there. So that's why. And it started with the Florida Gators. That's why it's called Gatorade.
I did know that second part. I knew that, but I didn't know the first part about pickle juice. That's exciting. I wonder if that recipe's online. Maybe we could make that this summer for content and try it out and see if it's any good. I'll spit it out on the beach. It'll go everywhere. But guys, before we get into our last topic, we actually have some trivia to get into as well. I know I've been slacking on it, so
Time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dalton, the mayor of Delaware.
Like I said, it's Philly season right now. Buy your tickets through TickPick with no extra fees. Dalton, do you have the scoreboard?
I'm going to cue it up in a minute, but what I'm going to do right now in the meantime is I'll just read it off for you because I have it on my phone. So the fans have 3. I have 3. Ashley has 5. Tommy has none. Sorry, Tom. Defending champion Tommy and defending champion Ashley. Zeppelin has none. KJ McCoy has 2. I'll cue it up for the end, Jack, but go ahead and take it.
Yeah, so tonight's question of the night, brought to you by TickPick, is the Eagles' name was inspired by the insignia of which New Deal program? A, National Recovery Administration. B, Civilian Conservation Corps. C, Corps. C, NASA. D, Works Progress Administration. So which was the Eagles name logo inspired by? And I need to, was it A, sorry guys, I don't have it right here. Anyway, put your answer in
NASA. I think C.
Yeah.
C was NASA, yeah. Put your answer in the chat, and we'll have the answer of the night towards the end of the show.
And if you guys don't know where to see it, you can always look on the ticker down below. We got it the whole show. So let us know if you have any questions on that. But Guys, live, the schedule just got released. Goodell just broke the news. And we're going to go ahead and read it live to you. It's out. It's here. Let's go ahead and break this down. Week 1, the Philadelphia Eagles play the Dallas Cowboys at home. Week 2, they go to Kansas City Arrowhead and play the Chiefs. Week 3, they host the Rams in a playoff rematch. Week 4, they go away to the Buccaneers, September 28th. Week 5, they host the Broncos. Week 6 and 7, they're away against the Giants, and then they go to Minnesota. Then they go play the Giants again, but this time at home on October 26th for actually what it looks like is a 1 o'clock game, which is great because there was a lot of speculation that the Eagles won't have many of them this year. Looks like they're going to have a couple. Then they have the bye week 9. Week 10, they got the Packers that they'll be away. Week 10, they host the Lions, which I think will be an exceptional game. It's in November. I bet that's going to be a high-scoring one. Week 12, they go away to Dallas. Week 13, they host the Chicago Bears. That might be a good one for Ashley and Connor to come to. Week 14, they go away to the Chargers. Week 15, they host the Raiders. Week 16, they go away to the Commanders. Week 17, they go away to Buffalo. That's going to be a great one to see. We might have to figure out a way to make that trip, fellas. It's Christmas time. We can take off of work. And last but not least, Week 18, to be determined. They're going to go ahead and face the nameless Washington Commanders. And while we're at it, why don't we just go ahead and do a full prediction? You know why? Why not? I'll give you mine first, and then you guys can go ahead and give me yours. Number 1, win, obviously. Win. Number 2, I'm going to say that this will be a win, but it's going to be a close game, I think. I think that the Chiefs are on a downtrend. Week 3, I will say the Rams, I think, will get the better of us, even at home. The Rams are a good team, and I think if there was any team that could have won the Super Bowl last year that wasn't us, it might have been the LA Rams. People forget they almost beat us last year. They're a good team, and I think Stafford's coming out with a vengeance. And people also forget Devontae Adams went there. So I'll say we're 2-1 once we get to week 3. The losses to the Rams, nobody's perfect. Week 4, I think we're going to go to Tampa Bay and win. Week 5, we're going to beat the Broncos. Week 6, we're going to beat the Giants. We'll be at that game. Mikey, D, Jack, KJ, and I'm excited for that. Ballpark, you're more than welcome to make the trip. Week 7, we will be, I think, winning that game against the Vikings, but that wouldn't be a game I would be shocked if we lose. I think that the Vikings are still a hard-fought team, and that's away. I think that's going to kind of be like a tough time for the Eagles, and I wouldn't be shocked if they got caught slipping. I don't think that they would lose, though, to the Giants. So if they do get out of that stretch, they could be going into the bye week looking at being 7-1, at worst 6-2. Then they go play the Packers. I'm going to say that that's a loss. I think that they will get the better of us. They'll get some vengeance. They're a good team, guys. They really are. Josh Jacobs is solid. So that would put them, in my opinion, I'll say at 7-2. Lions, I'm going to give them a win on that. 9-2, 10-2. I don't even need to name that team. 11-2, I'll say, against the Bears. 12-2 against the Chargers. 13-2 against the Raiders. And then I'll say we probably lose 2 of these games. Maybe at worst. This team, I think, is going 14-3, 13-4. That's my schedule prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles looking at this record. I think that this last stretch here, they will beat the Raiders. They'll lose to the Commanders away. They will beat the Bills, and they'll beat the Commanders for that last stretch. So fuck it. Let's say 14-3. Go Birds. Jack, why don't you take it next?
Yeah, I think against the Cowboys. I think it's going to be a loss against the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a W against the Rams. I think that's going to be a loss against the Bucs. I think it's going to be a W against the Broncos, W against the Giants, W against the Vikings, L to the Giants. Bye week. Packers, it's a W. Lions, I think, is an L. Cowboys week 12, I think that's a W. Bears is probably going to be a W. Chargers is a W. Raiders is, depending on how they look throughout throughout their season this year. I think the Raiders could be a loss or it could be a W. I think I'm going to go with a loss because Ashton Gentis is the animal. Commanders W. Bills, I think that's an L. And then the Commanders, I think that's a W. So what is that? That's 4 losses, 13-4. So my prediction, 13-4 for 2025, 2026 Eagles this year.
Without reading through all of them again, I'm a pretty similar prediction to Dordino over there. Loss to the Bills, probably a loss to split with the Commanders. I'm going to go with a loss to the Lions. Don't forget, they were probably the most complete team in all of football before they got absolutely hammered by the injury bug. And even then, they still looked like a Super Bowl contender, even on like their 4th string. So I've a loss to the Lions. And who's my other loss? I was just thinking of it. Probably the Packers. I said Bills, Commanders, Lions, yeah. Probably those are my 4 losses for the year. Everything else is a win. Dallas sucks. Like I think the only position they improved at was getting Miles Sanders, and that's not really saying much because Zeke sucks last year. And I don't think Miles Sanders is great. He sucks for Carolina last 2 seasons. And it's hard to believe this, but I think the Giants also regressed. Like, anyone who had a sliver of talent was like, I'll go be a 3rd stringer on a half-decent team than stick around here. Like, so I think the Giants regressed. And then everyone else, I see putting up a hard-fought game with them, but I think, like, it's going to be a nail-biter to the end. They have a gauntlet of a schedule this year.
Oh, yeah.
Here. But that's why I'm not so 14-3-ish, more 13-4. I still think the Eagles are a perennial team. Like, I don't think, like, they can't compete with these teams. You're going to have slip-ups against some of these gauntlet of a teams, you know?
One thing I got to say is about this schedule release. I'm going to say I fucking hate it. Pardon my French, because the fact that they just like gave little games out here and there, I think it was the dumbest thing ever. I think the NFL took an L this year on how they were releasing the schedule. Why don't you just do it all at once? I hate seeing, okay, we get a game in the morning, we get a game in the night. Like, just show me it all at once because I don't need you to tease me. So that was annoying. But another thing I will say is I feel like the Eagles have gotten screwed the past, or, the year after the Super Bowl that they won with the hard schedule. Whereas when the Chiefs last year, I feel like they had a pretty easy schedule. And
they had a cupcake schedule.
Like, I don't understand. I know it's kind of like a luck of the draw, but like we always get screwed after winning the Super Bowl, whereas the Chiefs always have like a cupcake schedule. So I don't understand why that's the case. But I mean, yeah, this is definitely a harder schedule. I mean, I feel like last year's schedule is pretty hard. This year's pretty hard too. So we just get screwed.
I think we're better equipped too, if that makes sense, like than we were, because we didn't have like a player like Saquon Barkley, or we didn't have a reliable QB in the sense of, and I'm not saying Carson Wentz was bad, but Jalen Hurts is a different level of where he's at. He's played in the Super Bowl throughout the whole season and he's done the whole thing. So there's not that doubt or that, that guy in the 200 sections is like, put in Foles, like, it's like, no, like, that's not what we want to do right now, at least. But yeah, I get it. I think the way you phrased it too, and I know we got to wrap up soon because I'm not sure if the Phillies post game is going live tonight or not, but if they are, I want to make sure we get some space for them. But the biggest thing is it is an L. Like, the way that the NFL as a business has done this whole schedule release, it's not cool. And I know that Tom doesn't like the NFL draft. He talks about that all the time. He thinks it's the dumbest thing ever, and I get it. I get the frustration. I like the NFL draft. I like free agency. It's 2 of the most exciting times for me of the year, but I'm also a huge NFL fan. I love football. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. But the way that they did this schedule release is such a money grab for the NFL to stay relevant. It's like Jack said. They know that it's May. They know that nobody's talking about them right now because baseball's happening, summer's happening. People are having lives. People are actually going back to church on Sundays. And there's Roger Goodell and the rest of the NFL that's like, whoa, okay, let's see how long we can milk this pony for. But I will say, to follow up Jack's point, and Tom, if you have anything you want to say to follow that up too, and then we can get to the trivia. I will say this with this schedule and this team. This team is way better equipped. This team is way better equipped. This team's in a way better spot mentally, physically, and track record wise. Nick Sirianni's a proven coach now. Jalen Hurts is a proven player. Not like they weren't already before, but they have the ring and the trophy to back it up. So I really don't want to see anybody question this team anymore, even though I know that they will. But I'm talking about Philadelphia fans locally. This team, at minimum, I don't want to hear lower than 13 wins with this schedule prediction, because they should be able to beat 13 of these teams hands down.
Anything else, Thomas?
No. I think you summed it up nicely.
Perfect. Well, sweet. I want to welcome back Ballpark Tommy to the show this week. That was a bunch of fun having him back, Tom. Thank you for joining us. We hope to see you soon. I know you're busy. It's the tax season as always, but when he gets time, guys.
It still keeps going. It never ends.
I get it. But when he has time, we are going to bring him back to share his Phillies expertise and his comedy too, because the two are a nice blend. I won't lie. It was very refreshing tonight. So thank you for joining us, Tom. But all right, Jackson, I did my part. I got the scoreboard up. Let's wrap it up with some
time for everybody's favorite part of the show, 302 Trivia, with your host, Jack Dorden, the mayor of Delaware.
Thank you to Tick Pick for that sponsorship. It is Philly season right now. If you want to buy tickets, buy them through the Tick Pick app with no extra fees like any other apps you use. So as we see the scoreboard, we got the fans with 3. We got Daltino with 3. We got Ashley with 5. We have KJ. Does he have 2 or 3? KJ with 2. So that's the scoreboard right now. Tonight's question we have for you is: the Eagles' name was inspired by the insignia of which New Deal program? Again, the Eagles' name was inspired by the insignia of which New Deal program? A, National Recovery Administration. B, Civilian Conservation Corps. C, NASA. Or D, Works Progress Administration. I'll go to the comments. I did see the right answer in the comments. Conrad Joseph with
Conrad.
National Recovery Administration. So the Eagles' insignia was inspired by the National Recovery Administration. So that is your answer. Ashley, she said A, correct. Dalton said B, incorrect. Tommy, you didn't give me an answer.
I was going to say C, so I was wrong anyway.
All right, C. So we only have 2 winners tonight. Fans now have 4. Ashley has 6. Dalton still has 3. KJ still has 2. Tommy has none. And Josh has none. That's all, folks. Without further ado, do you have anything else, Dalton?
The only thing I wanted to say is just let us know what your guys' schedule predictions are in the comments. And as always, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. God bless. Go Birds. Take it away, Jackson.
Welcome back, Tommy. It's great to see your beautiful face. I love you, kid. But without further ado, Josh is still in Florida right now. Hey, Josh! I'm trying to yell across the map. Hey, Josh! It's an outro, not an intro. Hit that motherfucking outro.
What we got? 302BIRDS, United States.